This video is brought to you by Storyblocks. Alright guys, before we start walking on water, there's first something that I need to show you guys. Last Wednesday we went on a little road trip. We're currently driving to Brussels to buy a camera. So it's not just a camera, it's a camera that only a few stores in Belgium sell. It's also pretty expensive. No, it's very expensive. So that is why we are first going to check it out there, get a demo and see if it is actually a camera for us. 6-hour drive, man, look at this back, not good.
Not good at my back.
So here it is guys, the Red Gemini 5K camera. This is the one that we've actually been looking at for over a year. And I'm really excited to finally hold one in my hands to try out some different shots. But no, let's try and make some shots with this thing. Now, that was a nice camera, but we have a bunch to do today because it is Copycat Friday! Hey guys, it's Jordy here for Cinecom.net, and that sweet camera is gonna have to wait a little. We did a bunch of tests and I'm very happy with the results, but it's not a sandwich that you buy, so I want to think this through. I'll keep you guys updated on Instagram. In the meanwhile, welcome to Copycat Friday. In this series, we recreate an effect from a famous music video or film. And today we are having a look at Bruce Almighty, where Jim Carrey is walking on water. But before we start, I'd first like to make a big shout out to our sponsor, Storyblocks, which is an online library where you can find stock footage, After Effects templates, transitions, video effects, and a ton more. For a single price per year, you can download as many files if you like without any limitations. For more information, make sure to click the first link in the description below. And we started off looking for different ways to create this effect. And the first thing that came to our mind was to work with a green screen again. You film yourself against a green screen, then take a shot of a pond and blend yourself in there. But then we come to complications such as the lighting, reflections, the ripple effects of the water from your footsteps. In other words, there is a much easier way to pull this off with much better results. And after some YouTubing, we found a video from the masked musician Val Vitino, where he walks onto the water of a pool.
There is no credible explanation for how this is being accomplished. It must be through his powers of intense concentration and belief in the impossible.
Exactly. That is what you're going to need to walk on water. Or you can build a platform that you put into the water on which you can walk. You know, either way. Now this guy or his crew probably built a plexiglass platform, and you probably want to have something similar when you're going to walk onto clear water such as in a pool. But when you're planning to walk onto the ocean or a pond, we can make this illusion a whole lot easier. And we're using the same principle, but instead of a high plexiglass platform, we're using a wooden pallet. You can also work with a brownish plank or anything that you can stand on in the water. So we kind of have a little problem right here. Wood floats, so that's why we're trying to find a way to kind of bring it to the bottom with rocks. Because if you would stand on one side of the pallet, the other side would kind of come up a little bit and it would be visible in your shot.
We did it, and without falling.
Because you're close to the shore, you don't need a high platform. But obviously, you also see that we are standing in shallow water. And that's why you want to make sure to have enough of the shore itself in your shot. We're going to use this to fill it up with more water. For your second shot, you just want to move closer to the water and just kind of fill up your whole shot with the actual water. Make sure that you are shooting under the same angle, so that way it will fit on your first shot. We got our two shots, let's bring them now into Premiere Pro. The first shot of you on the water can already go into your timeline. On top of that, we're going to place the second shot of the water. With your top clip selected, head over to the effects controls and locate the opacity. Underneath that, you'll find the pen tool, which allows you to draw a mask on the water. After you've closed the mask, you can adjust it to make a transition with the shore. For the final touch, go back into your mask properties and increase the feather a tiny bit to make it blend better. And yeah, that's actually all there is to it. Now you can tip it off by adding fake camera motion to your shots. because we had to film this from a tripod. So we actually have a free preset pack which you can download from the description below. And this comes with a bunch of different handheld motions. Simply create an adjustment layer from the project window and drag that to the top of your edit. On that adjustment layer, you can then drag any of the handheld presets.
I've got the power. Dun, 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 dun. Take me by the hand, make me understand. Come on.
Split the ocean. Damn it.
Staying alive, staying alive. I'm walking on water. Ooh-hoo.
Jordy,
Yeah.
get back to work. Stop being silly and get back to work, Jordy.
Come on.
Damn it, Jordy. That's better.
And that's how you can walk on water and impress your friends. Now, it's been a very easy and simple effect, and I'm sorry for that, but we're busy with a ton of different things this week as well. One of them is working on a new course for Skillshare, which is coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that as well. But I do hope that you've learned something new from this video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again. Thank you, Videoblocks, for the support. And like always, stay creative.
So we finished shot. So we finished. Oh yeah. So we finished. Oh yeah. So we finished the shot. So we finished the shot. So let's go. Allee, jongen. Finished. So we finished the shot. So let's go into Premiere Pro.
Doe het nog eens, want ik was een babbel terwijl geen babbel was.